I'm Ron Churchandy.
And I'm Abby, and we're here with your AHS News. Our top story for today is our visit from State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Glenda Ritz. Last Monday, Superintendent Ritz visited the high school, middle school, and elementary school. While here, she was able to converse with some of our academy students and visit our own studio and watch our own show choir perform, listen to the middle school band play some music from video games, read a book to elementary students, and talk with some elementary students who were working with iPads. Here's some highlights as well as an interview that our very own Dalton Church was able to have with Superintendent Ritz.
From high school, you do 3 to 4 page papers. College jumps up to 10. You got shorter time to do them. In college, there's no steps. Like in our English class, you do an outline, you research. College, all that week, you have to have it done. There's no checkpoints, nothing to jump through. That's the hardest part, the transition.
And you're expected to know how to learn, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So which is the whole point of high school. It's supposed to prepare you to be a learner. Because when you get into college, they expect that to already be there. Come back here. You're not finished. Now what? Just hold still, Arthur. So what does Arthur need?
Gonna paint me back
Color. That's right. He needs color.
Good afternoon, AHS. I'm Dalton Church, and I'm here with Miss Glenda Ritz. So, Miss Ritz, how have you been enjoying your day at Austin?
Oh, you betcha.
That's good.
And I enjoy seeing the technology that you're using here at your high school.
Well, thank you. Can you explain kind of how you got to your position and how maybe you got elected into it?
Well, yeah, I was elected in 2012, came right out of the classroom as a 34-year veteran teacher in Indianapolis, Indiana, and really my major platform was less testing and more teaching.
That seems like a very good, I'm trying to think of the word I want to use, a very good ideal, because testing's nice, but if you teach, you can get it to the kids a lot easier, I think.
Yeah, we got to have more time for teaching and learning. Really, I want the kids in high school to see the relevance of what it is that they learn so that they have a lot of opportunities when they leave high school.
I like that idea, that principle. It's very interesting. So I know you and Governor Pence are bashing heads on that right now, kind of.
On testing?
Yes.
Actually, we had a mutual desire to shorten the test. And so with that regard, the Department of Education couldn't shorten the test unless we actually had permission from the General Assembly. And so we got that permission and were able to shorten the test by about 3 hours.
Wow, that's really good. So I can remember sitting there taking the test and just thinking, oh man, this is taking forever. Will this ever end?
Well, this year's I-STEP is a little bit longer. First of all, we're assessing something different called College and Career Readiness Standards. And with that comes more rigor. We wanted to be sure that students had enough time to answer each of the questions, since it is going to be quite a different test and be much more rigorous.
All right. And so my final question for you is do you have a message to the kids at Austin here?
Well, I guess my message would be learn to be learners, because you're going to need that kind of skill the rest of your life, and to really make reading a priority, whether you're reading on an electronic device or whether you're reading from a book or a magazine, it really doesn't matter. Reading is probably one of the most valuable skills that you can have that's going to take you where you want to go.
I can agree with that. Well, thank you for your time, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Dalton.
Thank you, ma'am.
In the last few weeks, a scandal has ripped across America's media NBC chief correspondent, Brian Williams, as he claimed on live television that he was in a helicopter that took fire and went down during Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2003. The crew of the Army helicopter that transported Williams around stepped forward and denounced his claims. and reported that not only were they never shot down, but they were never in any near fighting in airborne areas. And they never received incoming fire. The media and social network exploded, calling Brian Williams a liar and making hilarious memes, which only established his story to make himself look better. Many in the veteran community are calling for his removal from NBC, and currently Williams is being suspended without pay for 6 months. While NBC debates what to do next, after stepping down from the presidency of National Medal Honor Committee last week, Williams is keeping to himself, hoping that this will blow over in a few weeks.
The snow has really impacted our school year in the last week. Austin got nearly 7 inches of snow in the time we had off, along with sub-zero temperatures that kept all the snow hanging around. Roadways were left covered and the travel was very dangerous for the first few days. Our student body knows what it feels like to have to make up snow days, and after last year, one of our worst fears would have to be going an extra hour every day. And that is very likely to happen if we continue to see winter weather like we have the past weeks. Here's Connor talking to Mr. Plass about riding his bike in the winter weather.
I'm Connor Smith, and I'm here with Mr. Plass, interviewing him about riding his bike to school during the winter. And knowing you're a bike rider, how does it affect your way of getting to school every morning or during the winter?
I haven't had any problem. I just kind of get up and do it. It's sort of like brushing my teeth. It's a habit. So it doesn't really affect me. Just wear some more clothes to stay warm.
How far does it ride? From
just under 5 miles.
5 miles. How often do you drive your bike to school during the winter, and what do the conditions have to be?
I've pretty much ridden every day that I could. If I have to run an errand that requires a car, I'll drive the car. I think I've driven my car twice this year.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Take care.
Hello, I'm Patrick Holmes, and I'm here with this week's weather. So Monday, it'll be 50 degrees and sunny. Tuesday, 57 and cloudy. Wednesday, 61 and cloudy. Thursday, 61 and cloudy. And Friday, 62 with showers. Have a great week.
Recently, on Craigslist, a user has posted his
super awesome Ibanez guitar.
And as the seller says, it's super awesome. It's a super awesome guitar for $400. But there are some catches. Here's the list of the best ones and my personal favorites. You can't buy this guitar unless your skills are up to par with the seller. Another one is, you won't be able to buy this guitar if you're wearing a Mastodon shirt. This guitar is a riff guitar and can't play that pentatonic bojangle banjo stuff. If you own a Fender or a Gibson and you're looking to upgrade, sorry pal, you can't buy this guitar. And if you want the seller to meet you somewhere, you have to pay an extra $5 for his transportation, making this guitar $405. Not worth it. But there are some good things about this guitar. It can play Black Sabbath and Megadeth, and it's been used and proven, so you know it's a good guitar. It has the hottest pickups and a sweet whammy bar, so you can play your favorite Pantera solos. And the best part about this guitar is it was made by Japanese wizards. Yes, you heard me right, folks. Japanese wizards who work for Ibanez to create and craft Japanese guitars that are beautiful. So you better hurry up and get this amazing deal before it's gone with some other rock god and you'll never see it again.
An 82-year-old celibate Buddhist abbot from Cambodia has been diagnosed with HIV, stated NPR.org. It was stated that the doctor was to blame for this horrendous problem, along with 272 other individuals who had also been infected. The doctor was supposedly reusing syringes multiple times. In today's time, it's pretty much common sense that we are supposed to use a needle one time and then dispose of it properly. It had been stated back in 2010 over 2 million people had been diagnosed with HIV, hepatitis B, and C from previous injections with used syringes and needles. As stated by WHO, unsafe needle practices could also put people at risk for bloodborne illnesses such as Ebola and malaria. No matter if these countries are rich or poor, this is beginning to happen everywhere. The WHO organization has came up with the idea of safety-engineered syringes, also known as smart syringes. The whole idea for this design is to only to be able to use the syringes or needle one time. After the use of the needle has happened, the needle soon disables itself and is no longer able to be used again. It was said that they have thought of multiple ways to solve this problem. Hopefully soon, the multiple use of needles and syringes will come to a stop, along with the spreading of HIV, hepatitis B, and C. Let's all hope the new idea of smart syringes actually work and stop the spreading of these terrible diseases.
Recently, drones have been spotted in central landmarks over central Paris. For those who don't know what a drone is, let me tell you. It's an unmanned aerial vehicle, or a UAV, and these are aircrafts that are either controlled by pilots from the ground or increasingly autonomously following a pre-programmed mission. Police are unsure of those who are operating the drones. There have been 5 sightings so far, and 3 were spotted nearby in Valdez Military Museum in Paris. It is illegal to fly drone at night, and if you fly drone during the daytime, you need to be authorized by the city to do so. One was spotted by the Eiffel Tower and another by the U.S. Embassy. A few of the most recent drone flights have been caught on film, and there is a team of investigators that will analyze the film, and authorities hope to find the person who is behind the drones soon. So the mystery behind these mysterious aircrafts will be solved. Let's throw over to Micah with his movie reviews.
I'm Mike Kelly, and this week's movie review is McFarland USA, and it's about a track coach who is new to a predominantly Latino high school, and he works with a group of boys and notices their exceptional abilities to be runners. And it's a rough road in the beginning, but as their bonds and their friendships grow stronger, it leads their work ethics to be better and takes them to be champions. And I would like to dedicate this movie to the track team.
Welcome to McFarland. This is a farming town. These kids working here are invisible. They come from the fields and they go back to the fields. Mr. White, if we're gonna reach him, now's the time.
Have a good day.
I'm Coach White, your new PE teacher. Diaz. Popular name where you guys come from?
White. That a popular name where you come from?
All right, run a lap. Go.
They're fast.
They are. Cross-country running. California is holding their first state championship this year.
You do understand we don't have a cross-country team?
Yep.
You've coached cross-country before?
No.
You competed in high school, maybe?
No.
Well, you sound perfect.
Anybody seen Danny?
Danny Diaz? Hey, we needed 7. Yeah, 7 runners, not 6 runners, and Danny Diaz.
Hey, you're our anchor, Danny, and not because you're fat. And you are a little fat, okay? So we better lose some weight. Let's go. Just try and remember, lowest score wins. Play golf.
We don't got a country club. We don't even got a Kmart.
Didn't know McFarland had a team.
4th place. That's not too shabby.
4th out of 4, also known as last.
Better luck next time, boys.
This is gonna come down to which runners can handle the pain. Let's hit it again.
Mr. White, each hour that my boys train with you, they do not work with me. That's food off our table.
No one stays in McFarland unless they have to. There ain't nothing American dream about this place.
I'm guessing running's the best thing you've got. Me too. What's going on?
Team fundraiser. My boys need new uniforms.
You are a good man, and so I'm helping you. Okay, now go shower. Oof.
I'll be honest with you. The odds are stacked against us. You guys are superhuman. There's nothing you can't do with that kind of strength, with that kind of heart. Let's go show them how it's done.
Find your pace. I wanna tear down the walls that hold me inside.
Uno, dos, tres.
I go there with you. It's all I can do.
Tell your father it was an honor to be invited into his home.
Dad, he said it was an honor to be invited into your home.
Tell him I say thanks.
Where the streets have no name.
Boko Haram, a widely feared terror group of West Africa, is trying to join forces with ISIS. Observers say in the last 6 months, they have announced that Boko Haram has been using more and more of ISIS's styles and ways to conduct their group, and such ways of stoning and beheading for territorial purposes. Boko Haram has also been influenced into the social media game, what ISIS is most commonly known for. Although this might sound like a good idea for both groups, no one is quite sure yet if the leader of ISIS is going to allow this transition with the other group. Boko Haram has also started using ISIS symbolism in their media presentations. The group has also been asking for help from ISIS, saying that they need help to manage the areas they have control of to fight against the people who oppose the group. Boko Haram has already established a goods smuggling network throughout Cameroon, Niger, and Chad, taking advantage of the weakly guarded borders. But if they get in alliance with ISIS, they will have access to not only Western Africa, but Northern also. Let's hope someone can put a stop to this before it gets out of hand.
This past weekend, our AHS Dimension Show Choir traveled to Huntington North High School. At the previous competition in Churubusco High School, the Dimensions won first runner-up in their division, qualifying them for the evening finals. The Dimensions won second runner-up in the finals, which is third place out of their 6 finalists. The show choir is making a statement around the area and steals the hearts of many people who watch them perform. On February 7th, the show choir performed for their community in the annual extravaganza. This year's extravaganza had the biggest crowd that we've ever had compared to previous years. Many important individuals here in the school district made appearances and complimented the choir for their dedication and hard work. It's amazing to be a part of such a talented, dedicated, and hard-working group, senior Becca Rachel, who stated, "The rest of the competitive season, the Dimensions will be traveling to South Dearborn High School, Lebanon High School, and Ohio, the Southwestern High School in Hanover, and good luck to the Dimensions for the rest of their season." And here's Becca with more on the show choir.
I'm Becca Rachel, and I'm here with Kathy Sego. I have a couple questions to ask her about show choir. How has your season went so far?
Our season's gone really well this year. I would say this has probably been the most successful year that we've had since I've been here. This will be my 4th year, and I would say that we've been in the top 2 to top 3 everywhere we've gone, and we've actually competed with very large schools. We're always the smallest school that competes at these competitions, and for a school of less than 400 or 410, we do very well.
Okay. What has your group done to prepare themselves for your competition?
We rehearse every Monday and Wednesday from 6 to 9, and sometimes we'll throw in an extra practice, but we usually only practice 2 times a week.
What major accomplishments has your group had this year?
We have been first runner-up. We were very close to being grand champion by only missing by 0.5. I would just say the biggest accomplishments that we've had is just that we now, when we enter competitions and other directors and schools look at the list, they don't count Austin out. And to me, that's the biggest accomplishment that we've had, is that people are taking our little school seriously, and that to me is a win-win.
Do you have anything to tell your group?
Oh, that I love them lost, and that if we don't do well at the next 2 competitions, bust.
Thank you.
Any student that is 18 or older looking for a part-time job 5 days a week and 5 to 6 hours a day making $10 an hour, ISENS is hiring right now. Ms. Rathert has more information if interested. Also, senior scholarships due dates are coming up soon. Start filling out as much as possible. You may get your college paid for fully or partially. Scholarships are important. Just think, while you're checking your Facebook or Twitter, you could be applying for many scholarships to receive free college education. On the topic of college, next Tuesday is the deadline for FAFSA. Students who are attending college, don't forget to fill out your FAFSA. FAFSA is a free application for federal student aid. FAFSA is for people who attend in college or plan on attending college. FAFSA can help you go to college. More than $185 billion in aid is available, and FAFSA is free. It is based off an individual's family income and gives grants and loans for students. It helps all college students. Things you will need to fill out your FAFSA is your Social Security number, your most recent federal income tax return, W-2, and any other records of money. You need to fill out your FAFSA as soon as possible. Place students can visit FAFSAapplication.com, and they will walk you through step by step. The deadlines for FAFSA is March 10th at midnight. Now over to Cheyenne with her interview.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne here with Ms. Rathert. Going to ask her about some FAFSA information. What is FAFSA?
FAFSA is the free application for student financial aid.
All right, what does FAFSA do?
FAFSA is the application that you send in through the federal system so that you can apply and see if you are granted federal financial aid for college, or it also works at the state level. The federal level is they have a later date as far as getting it in, but since we want you to make sure to get state aid also, you want to have it sent in by March 10th.
Where can students fill out FAFSA or get help to fill it out?
You can fill out the FAFSA on the internet, fafsa.ed.gov, and as far as getting help, we're going to have a workshop tomorrow, the 3rd. It was postponed because we had the storm a couple weeks ago, but it's going to be at 6 o'clock here in room 215, and that's March 3rd. And that will be Representative Rachel, I'm not sure of her last name, but anyway, she's from IUS, and she'll help us, anybody that wants to come and fill it out at that time. Any other time you can come in and I can help you. If your parents need help with it, they can call and try to make a time, and I'll be glad to help you. Everybody's here wanting to help, just got to ask for it, okay?
All right, and when is the deadline for FAFSA?
March 10th is the deadline, and it's different in that usually it's a March 10th if you have a postmark by then, but that's not the way with the FAFSA. The FAFSA has to be received by that time, so you don't want to wait to the last minute, although you can turn it in through the computer and the internet. You know, you don't want to wait so late that if there's something that crashes or something, it would keep you from doing. So March 10th is the last day to send it in, but if you have to send it by mail, you would have to send it in several days ahead of time.
All right, thank you for your time.
Last week, Chris Brown was forced to cancel his show in Montreal, Canada. Canadian police stopped him from entering the country. Good people of Canada, Canadian government actually, wouldn't allow me entry, and I'll be back this summer and will hopefully see all my Canadian fans, says Brown. A spokeswoman for the singer, Nicole Perna, I guess, said Canadian immigration officials denied Chris Brown entry, but said that the musician can apply to return at a later date, and he plans to do so. Brown was also denied entry to UK in 2010, forcing him to miss 4 shows. The British government said that the singer had been refused a visa because of his past criminal record. I guess beating Beyonce does that. BBC News has came to conclusion and said that it may be due to the outstanding criminal record that we may never really know why he was denied entrance.
That's it for this week.
You stay classy, Austin High. Keep it good, baby.